Had nothing to say. I don't know what I did, and I don't know what you felt. But silence hits harder than anything you could have yelled.
Erin Alyssa is a rising talent making waves in the music scene. She just released new music and her highly anticipated album is on the way. Erin has had the incredible opportunity to work with Grammy-winning guitarist and producer Janet Robin. And get this, Pink once surprised everyone by jumping on stage to sing with her at a winery. With her powerful voice and authentic songwriting, Erin Alyssa is an artist you won't want to miss. Let's dive into her story. Enjoy this exclusive interview with Erin with the Trout.
I tell myself you're busy, that you shut down when it's real, but that doesn't stop.
You ever notice how many financial advisors are out there? Trying to decide which one you want to go to give them your hard-earned money to reach your financial possibilities? It's a difficult decision, but let me help you out. My good friend David Smith with Edward Jones, who, by the way, just earned the #1 ranking among 23 advice-based wealth management firms in the J.D. Power 2026 U.S. Investor Satisfaction Study. David has 20-plus years of working with people just like you, helping you reach your financial possibilities. As a financial advisor for my wife and I, he's done exceptionally well. I wouldn't be recommending him if I didn't think he'd help you reach your financial possibilities. So it's quick, easy. Just make a quick phone call if you're anywhere in the continental United States. Hit 469-372-1587. 469-372-1587. Give David a call and learn how you can reach your financial possibilities. David works for the #1 company in America, and he's #1 with my wife and I. David Smith with Edward Jones, your next financial advisor. 469-372-1587. Give him a call today. You're walking in the studio, you got the song ready.
Yeah.
So what's the first thing you record?
Well, the reason that we ended up doing using the Village for a few songs was so that I could have the whole band feel,
Okay.
as opposed to because some of the songs I farm it out to a drummer and say and they'll do it at home and then I'll send it back and then I'll edit the shit out of it.
Yeah.
What we wanted was the feel of like a real, record like they would do in the 70s, which
Right.
I love. And so that's why we chose to record some at the Village so that I would get that whole like band feel to it.
Right.
So we did it all, everybody together, to have that like really organic, like we're really playing the song feel. So, yeah.
There's something about that, though, I think, for me. I do everything at home. That's where I'm sitting right now. But
that works too. It's great.
But no, what I was going to say, there's something about, sometimes I wish I could go in the studio and work with people just to get a different feel for it.
Yeah.
Because the thing I was told a long time ago, the first album I recorded was in '94 at the studio.
Yeah.
And I had put, back then it was like little 4-track recorders I sent to producer and said, here's what I want to do. And he hired studio musicians to do everything.
Yep.
They already had an idea what I wanted to sound like, which which helped a lot.
For sure. Yeah.
But in your situation, you're working with already great people. But what I was saying was the fact that then when you start going to studio, there's that vibe.
Yeah. Yeah.
That helps you out and it kind of motivates you to get to the next level. Because there's something very sterile about even when I went in the studio and I had to do vocals, I always pretended I'm singing in front of 16,000 people just to get myself pumped up.
Yeah. Yes, because there's an energy to music, right? And what I've been trying to go for with all of my music, I'm not trying to go for like the perfected, kind of sterile, because a lot of the music today is overproduced. It's like very perfect. It's this and that. I'm like, I do not want that. I want the feel of the song. I want the emotion, the energy. That to me is the most important piece. for everything. So I would pick like a drum track, or obviously I don't want mistakes, but like I would pick one that has the vibe over, oh, was this perfect in every, no, it wasn't, but I like, there's a feeling to it, right? And same with vocals, where I try to capture the feeling rather than, oh, my vowel was really beautiful on this note. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that. I want I want you to feel it.
And you know what's funny about what you just said is the fact that you can fix it so the drums sound like they're off or make them human feeling. And it's like, I mean, it's it's like,
that's nuts.
I mean, it's silly. It's like, we'll just go get a real drummer, you know? When did you pick up your first guitar? Or did you start with the guitar? Let's put it that way. Did you start piano?
Neither. Well, I took some piano lessons as a kid, but didn't do anything with it. I was a singer, actor, dancer my whole life. I did my degree is actually in musical theater, and I did musical theater for many years.
I think I did read that.
Yeah.
I thought you had a very eclectic background. It was all kind of related to music, but being musical theater is completely different.
Very different, but the singing was always my absolute first favorite thing. That was the thing. And I didn't pick up a guitar until, gosh, I want to say 2012, maybe. I haven't been playing guitar for that long. But as soon as I picked it up, I always wrote songs, but like I didn't have anything to write. And so I picked up the guitar and I learned a few chords, and I immediately started writing and was like, oh, this is like my thing. And so, I'm continually getting better at guitar. I'm good enough to do my gigs and play for myself, but I'm not like a guitar player,
Well, but I think in one aspect, I've been playing decades.
Yeah.
And I'm a lead guitar player and all that. There's a Marshall amp that sits right behind me.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
But I think the simplistic approach, because sometimes when I start writing, and if I'm writing with lyrics, I'm trying to find a chord pattern that I haven't done before.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I go to YouTube and go, hey, tell me some great chord patterns, something different. And then I listen to my favorite songs and I go like, well, that's a C and a D and a G. How hard is that?
Right, I know. I know.
So in one aspect, you're really kind of better off that you don't sit around and go, I think an augmented seventh chord.
Right. Diminished sixth.
So if you're keeping it simple.
Yeah.
And I was told this years ago, and I've been in bands my whole life, the hard stuff to play for your band, the easy stuff you do for the crowd, because they don't know.
Right. Yeah. I know. So many of our favorite songs.
So then you got your guitar and you say, oh, I think I'll just play with a gal that's played Randy Rhoads. So you go with that. But I think what's really cool is if you can write a song without having any instrumentation.
Yeah. And do that.
I mean, that's what you started doing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that just blows my mind.
I still, when I write my songs, the majority of the song comes from the melody and the lyrics. I'm not thinking of like, oh, this would be a cool guitar part here. Sometimes I have a little thing that I'm like, oh, I like this and this, but generally my take is like, if a song is good with just a chord being strummed and the melody, then it's going to be a good song when we actually do things with it. If the song needs all the things, I think, to be a good song, I like to focus on the melody and the that. So
the KISS method, as they say, the KISS method.
Oh yeah.
But the other thing about that's why I don't use a lot of pedals.
Yeah.
I have friends of mine, famous people that are young artists. They have like 53 pedals on the floor, and it's like I grew up watching. I had the privilege of watching Jimi Hendrix play. He had two. A wah-wah and a fuzz. That was it.
Right. Yeah.
There was no delay. There was no, and then when they came out with the delay, which the Who did, and I thought, oh my God, that's so freaking cool. But now I look at them and going like, what do all these pedals do down here for you? I mean, come on. It gets to a point where it's like, you know, I understand a tuner, but how many delayed pedals do you, you know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I think from the purest standpoint, and I've said this many times, if you can walk on, you kind of mentioned it a while ago, if you can
Yeah.
walk on stage with a guitar,
Hmm.
that's it,
Yeah.
and people listen to you for an hour,
Hmm.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That means you've
Yeah.
got some really good stuff going on for you.
Yeah.
Now, to me, when I read about you and did some bio work on you, you've done a lot of things like that. Through your trying to get people to hear you. What was the story you told about Pink? What
Oh
you were
yeah, yeah,
doing?
yeah.
What
Got to
were you
sing.
doing? Like a winery or something? Doing a single? Were you just playing guitar and
Yeah,
singing?
that's what I do for my career. So
Okay.
for 6 years now, I've done about 200 gigs a year.
Oh
I
wow.
I do like 15 gigs a month. I play at parties, weddings, wineries, restaurants.
Hmm.
So people listen to me for far longer than an hour, 3 hours,
Yeah.
um, which I'm very proud of. I wanted to make a living with music, and that is how I'm able to do that. And I mean, I
Hmm.
actually love doing cover because I take every song and I make them my own, and I throw
Okay.
in a ton of my songs also, but
Hmm.
I love
Hmm.
doing it. But yes, I was playing at a private winery up in Santa Ynez, and I'm just doing my thing. It was the second gig of the day. I'd done a winery earlier that day, and it was two gig day, and I'm playing something, and Pink walks in, and I'm like, fuck. Say that, sorry. I was like, be cool, Erin, be cool, be cool, be cool.
Yeah.
And I was like trying so hard to be cool. And then after a while, she comes up to me and she goes, I love your voice. It is so beautiful. And then and I was like, thank you. And we locked eyes, and she knew I knew she was. And then
Yeah.
she popped up, and because as I started playing Landslide, she popped up and we sang Landslide together, which was like just it was
Did
so
the
fun.
people in the audience know who she was until she
Oh,
started singing?
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
she does have a look to her, so it's not like
Yeah,
she kind of
yeah,
stands out a little bit. Yeah.
yeah. They knew who she was. It was not a gig where it was like audience like gigging. I was like,
You were just playing in the background, so to
yeah,
speak.
pretty
Yeah.
much. And I think she has a house there, I think, and she knew a lot of the people. So nobody else was, I was the one who was surprised. They didn't warn me. But it was really fun, and she was so nice, and I talked to them afterward, and her friend happened to catch the picture because I was like, man, no one's gonna believe me. And her friend,
Did you get a picture?
yeah, I got a picture.
But the other thing too is what you just got through saying is why I think music is great because you're doing what you want to do.
Mhm.
You're not sitting around going, "Man, I need to sell out a 10,000 auditorium."
Right. Yeah.
And you enjoy your life. You
Hmm.
make enough money. And I tell people, young people all the time, I said, you don't have to be famous and rich. You can
Right.
still do what you want to do and
Yeah.
enjoy what you're doing. And you're
Hmm.
not doing anything like, well, I got to go back to the office today, 8 to 5. No, I'm doing what I want to.
Hmm. Yeah.
So now you've built up a repertoire enough of people that you probably can gig all the time. Like you said, you do 200 dates a year or something like that.
Yeah. Up to,
So
yeah.
you've obviously, it's interesting to me because
Hmm.
the fact that you obviously know what you're doing because they wouldn't keep hiring you back.
True. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And so what happened along the way, we all do this,
Mm.
that you said, okay, I know this is not your first album, is it? You've recorded before, right?
Oh yeah, I've recorded a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So is this different this time? You have a different look at it of what you want to do with it this time versus the times before?
Yes. A few different things. The last I released a bunch of singles years ago, and then the last EP I had released was back in 2021. So, what, 5 years ago.
Hmm.
Back then I'm not sure I knew who I was as an artist as much as I
Hmm.
do now, and
Hmm.
I was really trying to chase the like country pop thing because I
Hmm.
thought that's what I wanted to do, and
Hmm.
and I think I was just really trying to be something. Does that make sense? Like I
Yes, I
was
understand
trying
what
to
you're
be this
saying.
pop, yeah. And
Yeah,
now
you're
I'm
not
just
you're
like,
not being Aaron. You're trying to
yeah,
be Aaron
yeah,
with
Erin
like
as a,
yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
now I'm just like, I'm being me, and this is the sound that I am, and this is how I want things. And also doing I didn't produce back then, right? So I'd be taking my music to somebody being like, help me produce this. And now I'm like, no, here's what we're doing. I'm doing it, you know? And
Yeah.
so it's such a big difference for me. And I'm sure in 5-10 years, I will be like, look back and be like, well, I'm even more myself now, but I'm really proud of that. Cause I'm just like, this is me. This is what's, you know, my music, my sound. And so I love that.
Well, and then you're entering a realm of professional people that do it at a higher level.
Yes, absolutely. And
Your
Janet's
work,
support
Janet's one of the people that
Yeah.
you're at that level, and it's kind of like I had interviewed an artist out of Norway. Him and his wife are pretty good. They're in the country theme.
They're all great writers.
They're doing, and it's always funny. They go, hey, and they start singing like Randy Travis, and you're like, what? What? But he told me they come over here usually once a year to record, and he said it's so much different. They go to Nashville, obviously.
Yeah.
He said, I go to Oslo and do my singing, and it's like 3 days doing one song. He said, to go to Nashville, they get 4 songs done in the morning.
Right.
Because they got and my point being is, when you get to that level, it's not that you can't have fun, but it doesn't take us long to get to where you want to.
Right. Yeah.
And then when you're dealing with people at that level, you probably have an easier way of telling them what's up here to let them know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I will tell you, I think it's really hard though. And I appreciate the fact that you say I'm trying to find myself, because we all as artists all want to go, okay, what do I want to, do I want to sound like this? Do I want to sound like that? And then you realize after a while, it's like, I don't really care. I'm doing what I want to do and be done with it. If they like it, they don't like it, I don't really care. I'm happy.
Exactly. Yeah. And I find that like, even with, you know, the production of the songs, it's like, you know, there was one moment where, and Janet doesn't subscribe to that either, but there was one time where she was like, well, I don't think we should have this really long guitar solo at the end because like it's already 3:30, you know, we want to, and I was like, I do not care. I'm like, I want the guitar solo because it sounds fucking great. And, you know, if people don't want to listen to it past that point, then they don't need to listen. Like, I'm not going to try to like make my music fit into some standard thing anyway. I'm like, cool, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, that's okay.
What's the song title, the one you're just talking about?
I think it's called Gonna Be My Love. It's one of the ones that we recorded at the Village.
Is it at the end is an acoustic lead or electric lead?
No, it's an electric, and it's just like, it kind of just goes. I get a lot of inspiration from Fleetwood Mac and Stevie, and who I got to meet at the Village, by the way. I got to say hi. She was there recording. But like you know, like the song Rhiannon, where it's just a cacophony at the end, right? I dig that kind of stuff, and like a lot of that really organic stuff like that. It's just kind of like goes a little crazy at the end, which, you know, I like.
I think the hardest thing, and this is what I say all the time to independent artists, is it's good that you want to be different, but it's also bad. Because people always go, well, what do you sound like?
Right. Yeah.
Erin, what does that mean? I sound like me.
Right.
So then when you're out, but you've already had the experience doing this, but when you're first starting, it's tough because you're trying to get gigs and you go, I throw in a couple of original tunes. What?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to do mostly Fleetwood Mac and maybe a little this thing. Oh, okay. All right. And then you throw one of yours in. And And so,
when people ask me, I've learned now, I say, I'm a cross between Jewel, Joan Baez, and Sheryl Crow. That's what I've gotten so many times. A little bit of Stevie. Like, those are the, like, you know, when they're like, what's your vibe? Right. I'm like, okay, picture this.
But when you talk to people, the younger ilk, do they even know who Joan Baez is?
That's true. I'm not sure.
Well, no, I do.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like, because
actually, I don't know. There was one of my gigs last week. There was like he couldn't have been more than like 25. He came over and sat down and watched for a while. And he was like, you sound like Joan Baez. And I was like, you know who she is?
Oh, wow.
So this kid knew who I don't know, but.
So when you get finished with this project, and when will you be finished with the project? Are you done recording? Or are you still editing? What are you doing?
No, that's a good question. Everything takes such a long time, you know.
And money.
Oh my God. I think, you know, so far, what do I have, like No, I still have like 7 more songs to do. I don't know when this is going to be done. We're
Okay,
working
but
on.
you've got all you know what songs you're going to do.
Oh yes, they've been
Okay.
written for a while. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, we're working right now on the 3 that we recorded at the Village because Janet actually wants to submit one of them for a Grammy consideration.
Oh, I think she did mention it to me. What tune
Yeah.
is that? What tune is that?
It's going to be probably In the End, but she was torn between that and Always Changing. They're different, but yeah, we're
Well, it's kind of nice to know somebody that can actually get it in front of somebody.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would just like to do the process of it all,
Yeah.
like you get different people to hear your music and meet different people and so and
You
yeah.
think, and like no politics are involved in the Grammy at all.
None. Oh my God.
Money? No, there's no money involved. There's no
None. Oh, none. Oh my God. The stuff she told me, I was like, oh my Lord. But
Well, it's unfortunate people don't. Well, it's probably fortunate people don't know. But the
that.
Grammys
I
have
know.
changed so much. I mean, they've got so many different types of like. Today, Grammy goes to the guy that played guitar at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right. Right. Oh
You're
my
like-
God. I know.
And you're like, what?
Yeah.
You know, so I wanted one for years,
Yeah.
and but I don't care.
Right.
You know, I think I'd take it probably like Marcus. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
sitting on my.
Yeah.
That's
Totally.
Because
Yeah.
a lot of my friends, when I talk to them, they go, "What's a Grammy?" Because they're not musicians.
Right.
Then I would say, "Do you know what an Academy Award is?" "Oh yeah, it's like the Academy Award." "Oh, okay, all right."
Yeah. Have you been nominated?
No.
No, okay. Because I'm like, I think that's even more. I'm like, who cares about just to be nominated? I think would be phenomenal.
Well, I talked to, it was kind of funny, and tell you how it works to a certain degree. I mean, you do know, but I interviewed Marcus Hummon. Marcus wrote, oh my gosh, now I can't think. It's a very big song. God Bless This Road, or God Bless the famous the country song.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And I talked to him, and I said, well, I know your new album, which is completely different. I interviewed him several months ago, and I said, aren't you going to do the Grammy? Well, we're going through the fresh round. And what do you mean by that?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you got this round, and you got round 2, and then you got round, and I'm going well, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. I just learned that. I didn't know either. I guess the first round is they just make sure that your song, I don't know, they just make sure that.
Well, you throw it out and have people that you know that are involved with the committee or with the Grammy nominee can get it to the right, at least start.
Right. Yeah. And I don't know, but Janet's
and I think it's organic. If it's kind of like if people, like I was sending my sync music out to libraries, and one of them was over in the UK, and they wanted like $34 to listen to one song, and I'm going like, why am I paying you $34?
Oh yeah.
No idea what you're going to do with it.
Right.
And I was told many decades ago that if you're good, people want to spend money on you.
Right. I know.
They want to make money from you.
Right. Yeah.
And
there's
so
a lot of the other stuff today, right? Like and sync is what I want to get into. That's what I want to especially when I have these new songs ready, that's the world that I want to be heading into.
This is the hardest thing about that business. I think it's easier to get in the music business than it is to sync music.
Yeah.
Because you can walk up to your local bar and go, "Hi, I'm Erin. I play this. Can I come in and play?" Well, you can come in one Sunday afternoon and give you a shot. Yeah.
If obviously I would love to do more artist stuff and have big, I would love that. But I am so happy, doing my gigs and making a living doing, I'm like, if I can make a good living doing music in any which way, I'm like, I don't need to be famous, I don't need everyone to know who I am.
Well, the other thing I was going to ask you, going back to what you said earlier. So the songs that are on this album you're working on now, how old is the oldest one? In other words, when did you write it? How many months ago, or it was a year ago?
Well, the oldest one I think is Always Changing, which is one of the ones that Janet's favorites. And I wrote that, I think, I want to say 22. So it's like, that one's like 4 years old, I think.
Okay. Do you have,
or 23?
When you write it,
Not sure.
when you write a song, you have the feel for it.
Yep.
And that's when you want to go, man, I could sit down and put all this stuff on it right now. I know what I want. I want the symphony over here. I want the horns over here. I want the bass over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
4 years later, it's not the same.
Yeah.
So do
Yeah.
you see that your mind has changed? I mean, the tune is the tune,
Hmm.
but do you feel that what you thought at the very beginning when you first wrote the song is now changed and morphed into something because you hear it differently?
For this song in particular, not really.
Okay.
Not really. That one hasn't really shifted very much. And I think it was 23, but still, that's 3 years. It's been a
Yeah,
while.
it's still a while.
Yeah. You know, I had a band of really awesome guys who were not like professional musicians, but really good, and they would play with me for a long time. And we performed that song many a time. And I think the production of it that we're going for right now is pretty close to how I always imagined it. Yeah, but often they do shift and change. But yeah, this one's sort of still the same in my mind. Yeah.
So bringing that up, have you played it enough live that people know it?
Yes, yes, and it's funny because it's been with me for so many years, and like because it's just one of the songs that I play and have played, I kind of forgot about it. I was kind of like, oh, that's like an older song, whatever. And then Janet heard it and she was like, huh, the song. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about it.
Yeah, it's new to her. It's new to her.
Totally. But it's funny how that happens because every time I play it live, everyone's like, "Wow, that's a beautiful song," you know. But I sometimes just I forgot. But so now Janet is bringing it back to life because she's like, "Oh my God!"
That must have been the one she didn't. I don't think she mentioned the title, but she said there's one of them. But that's the one. All right, so let's talk about that song.
Yeah.
What's the chords in it?
Oh my gosh. It's drop D.
Okay.
And it's capoed on 3.
Well, that's interesting. So you drop D and then capo.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what key it's in.
Well, no. I mean, when you're playing it, what chords do you play?
I play like E minor, D,
okay,
and then G. Simple chord. It's in. I think it's. I mean, it's in D, but just capoed up. You know what I mean?
I'm going to take that drop D thing and do it. I like that.
Yeah, try it. Yeah. It's funny.
Like that song by Neil Young. Oh my God, I can remember because he drops D.
Yep.
And lower. I think. Yeah, because he changes the E to D, and it's got that drone effect and all that stuff. But I never thought about it.
Yeah, when I wrote it, I was obsessed with Jason Isbell's song "Cover Me Up," and that's in drop D. And so I was just playing with those chords. And that's how I do a lot of that stuff too, where like I hear a song that I really like and I figure out how it was how it was
done.
How it was and then I just
I love things handy when I can.
Yeah.
Because when I get tired of writing in like standard, I'll just try to capo and get something different sound out of it.
Yeah.
Unlike people that don't play very well and they use it, as they call it, a cheater because they don't.
That's me.
Well, no.
I do. I don't care.
And when you said, how do you, what chord? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because with me, when I write a song, I wrote 2 new songs, capoed in the second, because that way it's like up,
Yeah.
And I'm trying to play the piano on. I'm going like, all right, what is that chord?
Yeah. You have to like count.
Oh, wait a minute. That's a C. It was a D. No, okay.
Yeah. So technically, it's in F sharp major.
Kind of makes sense. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the E minor. Sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the other thing I've never learned. When people go keys in it, I don't know. I just write it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so when I'm doing the meta tagging, there's a website you can go and tell me what keys it's in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And BPM, so because I don't want to open up my DAW and go, okay, go back and look at what I said.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So where do you go from here? I mean, you got this project. What's your big goal? I mean, obviously you got a pretty good life going on now.
Yeah.
You're friends with Pink.
Yeah, we just talked right before.
You can call her anytime and say, I got a new song. You want to come in and sing duet with me?
Yeah.
What is it you want to do? You want to continue? I'm not saying good, bad, or different. I'm just curious when you're working on I'm a project guy. So what do you want to do with what you're doing now? How much further? Where do you want to go with your music, I guess?
Yeah, it's a great question. I would love, obviously the sync is a big goal of mine to have my music synced, because I know there's, money in that. And plus it's just cool. So that's a big goal of mine with this music.
Okay.
I want to do some artist shows, some, maybe festivals, some local, I want that to be a thing. And then my goals with like the gigs that I'm doing, I want to be, I'm starting to move into instead of doing 15 to 18 gigs a month, I want to do like 8 gigs a month, but like bigger events, like
Sure.
corporate weddings, that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
because the output is, I've been doing it for 6 years, and I'm getting a little tired,
I'm sure. Yeah.
And so that's my goal with that. And I
Play less, get paid more.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
I used to tell my band all the time, I said, we need to do corporate gigs.
yes.
Sitting in a bar doing things it's not much fun for me, because every
Yeah.
time you play, it's like, did you bring 300 people with you? No.
Yeah. See, I don't do gigs like that.
Well, no, I know you don't, but I actually
Yeah.
have other artists I know that do exactly what you do,
Yeah.
where they
Sure.
just play acoustic stuff and go and he's
Yep.
had one of my thinking of, he lives in Chicago, and I'll see, the Smith Winery or
Yeah.
this thing, and I'm
Yep.
thinking, well, he's doing his thing, doing what he
Yep.
wants to do,
Yep.
and I really appreciate people that write ballads,
Yeah.
and which you, obviously, the thing I was going to ask you too, when you're doing this song that everybody knows, have they started singing along with you yet? Do they know the song?
Like when I do my gigs, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, people sing along a lot of the time. I usually have to tell them to sing along, because like and I think this is a good thing, but I never am just like the background. Even if I'm just hired to be like the background, it ends up being a show generally, which is awesome. People get really into it, and they want to watch. And I often have to say, like, you guys can sing along, you don't have to just watch me sing. Please sing with me. And so it can be fun that way.
Well,
but.
what I was really mentioning was your songs.
Mhm.
You said they know them.
Yeah, sometimes I have a hand, like, I have some fans who come see me, and they request my songs, and they sit there and they sing them, and that's really cool.
I was going to say, how does that feel?
Oh, it feels amazing. That's
Isn't it an amazing thing when you hear it?
Yeah. And when they come and they say, can you play, Gypsy Soul, which is one of my old songs, and I'm just like, yes, because they know, and that's really cool. We met, do you know who Stephen Ferrone is?
Name sounds familiar to me. Yeah.
Drummer. He was Tom Petty's drummer.
Oh, yeah, that's why. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's done a lot of drumming. I forget what the other name of the band is. I'm blanking, but he was there at the studio recording drums for Stevie, and Janet knew him. They all knew him, so we all said hi, and I introduced, and they were like, "We're working this with amazing artist Erin." That's me. So I went and grabbed my card and I gave it to him, because I just wanted to keep in touch. And he wrote to me the next morning, and he was like, "I listened to your song and I loved it. I'm going to play it on my Sirius XM radio station. Please send me all the stuff you have coming out." And so just so cool. So much for
Thanks
chatting.
for your time.
Yeah, you
It's
too.
been a pleasure.
Okay.
Have a good night. See you.
All right,
Bye-bye.
you too. Bye.
Well, that's it for this episode of Trout Show. I hope you enjoyed my interview with the great indie artist Erin Alyssa. I know I did, so I hope you enjoyed it too. For more information about her, just go to her website. It's erinalyssa.com. Here's how she spells it: ERINNA LISSA. ERINNALISSA.com. Erin Alyssa. Or you can find her on Instagram at Erin Alyssa Music. That's her handle on Instagram. So thanks to her. Thank you for coming on the show, Erin. We wish you much success in your musical journey. Also, a big shout out to the guy that keeps the lights on. I'm David Smith with Edward Jones. He's the guy that continually supports this show, and we appreciate it very much. For more information on The Trout Show, just go to my website, thetroutshow.com. All my episodes are there, all my podcasts, all my music, everything. And I got some great interviews coming up. I know, because I've already talked to them. So until next time, people, you know what I always say. It's only rock and roll, but gosh darn it, I love it. See ya.